You guys ready for Tony Pollard season?
I suffer from a debilitating condition known as atropic chokitis.
Peter's one of the greatest depositors I've ever seen.
Trust the process. Let's go. Let's go.
I got auto matched with Levitan. This is bullshit.
If I just go the other way in that 66, I win all the money. All the money.
If I had 150 lineups, I'd win too.
Process over results.
Illuminati make a bitch go crazy. I don't know which one of these my baby. Bust out AP, close 5 bullets in your head like KD. Bust it, bitch go bust it. And I had 10 pints with me in Russia.
Hey everyone.
Yes, DK Metcalf, captain. The air yards by low model is so strong that DK Metcalf is a good captain play on Thursday night in a game he's not even playing in. That's how strong and how predictive air yards are. Good evening, Nick. Bus it. Let's do it. Let's cram. Do we have Chris G, noted best ball and season-long enthusiast, going to join us on a DFS cram? This is a gateway drug, Chris. Next thing you know, you'll be cramming for main slates and just full-on DFS degenning with the rest of us. I am super excited about my GPP strategy show tomorrow. I'm having Stuart Gibson from Advanced Sports Analytics on the show. I don't know if you guys listen to the ASA show on the Roto-Grinders Network. He does that podcast with Blender. He is a very sharp dude who's well-versed in correlations. He also runs sims for the slate. So excited to talk to him tomorrow. That'll be at noon for all my main slate bros. But for tonight, we are talking about this Cowboys Saints game. Pretty fun game as far as showdown is concerned, just because we've had so many things that, dare I say, have flipped this single showdown slate on its head. We have, coaches out for the Cowboys because of COVID. We have Jerry Jones saying stuff about Zeke's workload. We have Taysom Hill starting. We have no Alvin Kamara. We have Amari Cooper potentially on a snap count. We have all kinds of stuff that is adding, I guess I would say, input volatility into our sims. So there's going to be lots of stuff we can mess around with. I would say this is a IKB slate. If you feel like you know better on some of these situations, then you can take stands. And that's what's beautiful about the sims. You can put those in on the input level and then see what it spits out. I know some of the stands that the Run the Sims default inputs are taking tonight are a pretty heavy stance on Tony Pollard having a big role. And I can pull this up right now and you can see the inputs that we are working with here. We have them projected for a pretty even split of rushing, and with Tony Pollard having even more workload in the passing game with an 11.2% market share of receiving compared to Zeke's 8.3%. So that's the stand that Run the Sims is taking tonight. You are more than welcome to go in and tweak this as you see fit. I will be riding with Justin's inputs, partly because I trust Justin and think he's really sharp with this stuff. And also because, God, do I want it to be true. I mean, the thing is too about Tony Pollard, I had that tweet a week or so ago, making fun of how slow Zeke looks. And it went viral and it made me realize, God, everyone is just so sick of Zeke and ready for Tony Pollard to take over. So maybe he's not going to be as sneaky tonight as we would have liked. But as you guys will see here, when we run the sims and compare it to projected ownership, he's still looking like the best play on the slate if you are trusting these inputs here. Yeah, Iceman says never trust the coach owner speak. Yeah, I mean, the Jerry Jones stuff is ridiculous. First it was, oh, he's going to be limited, and now it's, oh, he's going to carry the full load. So yeah, we're not worried about that. We are going to trust our inputs outside of Jerry Jones coach speak. Let's see here. Eric is giving Zeke 100% market share. Godspeed. That sounds like a good way to lose all your money on the showdown slate. The Saints are also a bit of a pass funnel, if we're allowed to use those words on here. They've been pretty good against the run. So I think they're going to pass a lot tonight. I think we're going to see a lot of Pollard in the pass game. I mean, where Zeke makes his hay is around the goal line. You're going to get those red zone trips, and you hope Zeke falls into the end zone 1 or 2 times. That's the thesis behind the Zeke play. Let's run the baseline sims though and see what we're working with here. Is it viable to just go all Cowboys in a lineup? So DraftKings will not let you submit a lineup with all Cowboys, but it is very viable to go 5-1 Cowboys. And we can look at some of the lineups it's spitting out, and we will definitely see a decent amount of Cowboys lineups here. Yes, we can check the inputs in a second here. If just let me know if you have specific questions on input, Sam, and then we can check. But so right at the top, you see we have fairly spread out captain ownership, Mark Ingram and Taysom Hill up at the top, followed by Dak and Tony Pollard. Then you have CeeDee Lamb, and then it's a pretty smooth tier after that, a sprinkle of Amari Cooper, of Zeke, and of Traquan. And when I was comparing it to industry ownership from a few different sources, I'm seeing Mark Ingram as our top captain play. I'm seeing around 13% ish captain ownership projected for him. And he's coming in the sims here, of course, at 20%. Taysom Hill, I'm seeing around 13% as well for aggregated ownership. He's coming in the sims at just over 18%. So that looks like a nice spot for us. And then Tony Pollard, he's coming in around 6% captain ownership, and we have him here at 10.3%. So for all my hand builders out there, I'm probably working with Ingram, Taysom Hill, or Pollard as my captains. I certainly don't fault anyone for wanting to play CeeDee Lamb. I mean, CeeDee Lamb has a massive ceiling. The problem is he's popular. He has, a 12% average ownership, and he's coming in the sims 8% of the time, 8.5% of the time. So it's just not a play that you're getting a leg up on the field on with that, but it's hard not to like CeeDee in this spot. I know I've been watching his receiving yardage prop creep up over the past, 36 hours. I did an underdog pick'em yesterday, and it was at 60, and now it's all the way up to 68, I think. So he is no longer sneaky. Let's see this. GMGM, what's up, Paul? Taysom captain with 5 Cowboys. That would certainly be unique. Please don't dupe me, but I will be playing a combo Zeke Pollard lineup. Yeah, I mean, this has been a good strategy for Showdown in general, playing both running backs in the same lineup. And just because hand builders generally don't feel as comfortable doing that, assuming they're negatively correlated, but on the macro level, when the teams roll, we can definitely see both of those running backs roll. And it also makes sense tonight when Zeke and Pollard are projected so similarly. I think it's almost comparable to the Broncos situation. When you see, Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon projected similarly, you'd have no problem using both of those guys in the same lineup. Poor Corey Volk here is on the road and trying to use free ball Wi-Fi. DraftKings block, so it looks like I'm hand building 20 from mobile. Oh, man. Corey Volk is earning his hand builder stripes tonight. This is what legends are made of. Let's see here. Who are you referencing here? You are referencing 58% for flex ownership for Mark Ingram. I can check my aggregated ownership on Mark Ingram. I am seeing around 50% flex ownership for Mark Ingram. 50%. So this actually even looks high relative to average ownership I'm seeing here. Let's check out some custom lineups here, what it's spitting out, and then we can play around with some of the inputs a bit more. Right at the top, we see a lineup that I assume is going to be incredibly chalky here. A Mark Ingram captain, Dalton Schultz, Traquan Smith, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott, Taysom Hill. So that almost looks like a cash game chalk type lineup here. To whoever was asking about a 5-1, here's your onslaught Cowboys, frequented 21 times in our 10,000 simulations. Dak captain, CeeDee Lamb, Pollard, Noah Brown, which is actually another guy that the Sims are taking a stand on relative to the field. I know Justin had talked about Noah Brown. Obviously, Cedric Wilson is out, but also thinking Noah Brown would be the beneficiary if Cooper snaps are in fact limited. So when I was looking at my flex stuff, Tony Pollard had the best leverage relative to his optimal results in the sim. So I was seeing him around, let's see, 45% in the flex. And he is showing up in our sims. Where's our flex zone? 18%. And I was seeing 25% average ownership, but he's showing up in the sims 45%. So Pollard looks like a smash flex play. And then Noah Brown, who I was just mentioning, I'm seeing around 5% average ownership, and he's now coming in our sims at 16.7%. So Noah Brown is kind of your sneaky cheap salary reliever tonight that opened things up. Could definitely bank a touchdown for you at relatively low ownership here. Talk you out of Noah Brown captain. I think in one of my super large field 20 max, I ended up with a Noah Brown captain. Not a ton of them. I mean, when you do those super punt play captains, you basically need the game to just go absolutely nuclear, where you basically had to have the savings at captain so you could fit in Dak and CD and Taysom and Ingram. So I don't hate it, but not necessarily my favorite thing. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Richie saying he likes Ty Montgomery. I know Justin didn't give any workload to Dwayne Washington, but was treating Ty Montgomery as the RB2 as far as workload. Although I believe Ty Montgomery, is listed as a wide receiver on DraftKings. Actually had given, it looked like Adam Prentice, someone named Adam Prentice, 4% of the market share of rushing. Literally never heard of this guy in my life. So that's what we're working with there in the Saints backfield. The losers win again is asking me questions I am not qualified to answer. Is the Cowboys defense out since Taysom does not throw very much? So strictly looking at the numbers, the Cowboys look like a neutral play in our baseline sims. I was seeing about a 12% average flex ownership for them and about 12% frequented in our sims. So they look like an okay play. My aggregated ownership is much lower than this flex ownership here, but I do agree with your logic that the turnovers might be a little harder to come by with Taysom Hill at quarterback and them rolling out what we would assume would be a very conservative game plan. How's my sober week going? It's going great. I got water. I believe I allowed myself to have alcohol tomorrow night. So, we made it through the week. We're doing good. It's water. It's water. It's delicious Poland Spring water. Yes, we can run some scenarios here. I accidentally was running some earlier, messing around with stuff, and I accidentally gave the Saints 1 point. I think I had a 25 to 1 point victory. Lots of Dallas Cowboys in that sim. What did you want? What was that again? I missed it. 28-14 Saints win. Okay. So if we do 14 points for the Cowboys and we do 28 points for the Saints, if the Saints are winning, their rush rate is going to go up even more. They already are incredibly rush heavy. And let's just boost their rush TD ratio a little bit. Cowboys in this scenario, I think would be their rush rate would actually lower if they were getting blown out. Even their pace might tick up a little bit. Let's give that a stab and see what we are seeing here. All right. So in this scenario, the Saints, and this obviously makes intuitive sense, become your resounding captains here. Mark Ingram at 26%, Taysom Hill at 27%. And I talk about this a lot. If you're playing out scenarios, when you're building your lineups, this is where you get your advantage on the field. The people who are just using median projections, who are just playing things based on how Vegas projects them to go, which is reflected in baseline projections, which is reflected in baseline inputs all the way down. We're going to have, Mark Ingram, who's going to be, captain owned, I'm seeing, what did I say earlier? About average 13%. And if you play the Saints in a big win like this, I mean, you're getting double the field captain, and same with Taysom Hill. 13% getting over double the field here in these scenarios. So I definitely love this style of showdown play where you kind of take some big stands on a specific game flow and then you build around that. We can see what the custom lineups look like in this scenario. A 3-3 right here at the top with the Saints D. Pretty balanced actually here. Lots of 3-3s at the top. I don't necessarily love the 3-3s just because that is generally the most frequented construction. But it's kind of interesting that in a Saints win that we're seeing so many of these balanced builds here. Normally don't see that in the Sims. There's a 4-2, CeeDee Lamb, captain, Tony Pollard, Mark Ingram, Noah Brown, Taysom Hill, Dak Prescott. Yeah, lots of 3-3s, Taysom Hill, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott, Gallup, Mark Ingram, Saints D. Definitely makes sense that we're seeing a decent amount of Saints D. How much did they pop up here? They went from, they were, where are you, Saints? Where are you, Saints, in my spreadsheet where I logged you earlier? So they were showing up in the Sims 12% of the time in the default, and then they bump all the way up here to 27%. So again, very intuitive kind of runouts here when you play a Saints, 2-touchdown victory. Lots of Ingram and Hill where the offense is going to be concentrated. Lots of the defense definitely makes sense there. Did you see the double Ds? I did get some double Ds tonight, Mathology. I ran some 14-10 Sims, so I could actually just adjust the Saints. I'm just going to put them down to 10 and run this. I'm going to play this 14, but leave kind of their rush rate similar. Just play it as a really low scoring game. And we definitely saw some double Ds in this scenario. We have Cowboys up at 30% and Saints at 30%. So definitely going to see some double Ds here. Dallas Cowboys. Let's see if I can find you a double Ds. This has now become a recurring segment on the show, hunting for double Ds for Mathology here. There's one. Amari Cooper, Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, Mark Ingram, CeeDee Lamb, Saints D. Bingo. We hit the double Ds for Mathology here. Bears wants me to run a 24-13 Cowboys win scenario, please. Interested in Hill throwing while down. So yeah, more of a negative game script here for the Saints. So we'll just leave that at 25.8. We'll put the Saints at 13. We will help your thesis out by lowering their rush rate to 43%. Would be a pretty big drop for them. Maybe we bring up their pace a bit too. And then in this scenario, I think we would need to bring the Cowboys down a smidge, bring their rush rate up a smidge as they're protecting a lead. And let's see how this looks for you. Brittany is here for the double Ds. Brittany, we do it every week. Mathology loves building his lineups with two defenses. I don't know what to tell you. I do like playing those low-scoring games, though. I mean, and how many Thursday nights have we seen run out with super low-scoring slates? I don't think it's the worst thesis by any means. So in this scenario, we have Ingram and Hill kind of holding steady, and it's actually Dak who I believe is getting the biggest boost here, right? Because before I was seeing Dak at, where are you, Dak? God, I'm having a hard time locating things in my spreadsheet tonight. Dak was showing up in our captain screener at 15% in the optimal. So he's not, I guess that's the same. So yeah, not actually seeing a ton of difference here. Mark Ingram comes down from 20 to 17. Anything else? Taysom Hill comes slightly down from 19% to 16%. Pollard stays around 12%. So yeah, honestly, not a ton changing in this scenario. I wonder if you made it even more extreme. I think the point is that if the Saints are only scoring 13 points, even though they might be passing, we're just not going to see them, boosted as much because they're just not scoring as many raw points. So that makes a little bit of sense to me there. Brandon is watching the show with his fiance. Now that is love. Are you guys the only couple that watch the Showdown Cram together? That's special. Shout out to Brandon and where is she? And Brittany. Congratulations on your healthy relationship that centers around building GTO Showdown lineups. I wish you the best of luck tonight. Just make sure that you don't each have a separate set of 150 in the same contest, please, just for optics purposes. All right, guys. I think that is about it for me tonight. Going to give you guys a few minutes to go build your lineups. The TLDR to recap. I like Mark Ingram, Taysom Hill, Tony Pollard at captain. I like Tony Pollard, Noah Brown, and I'll throw one more name in here, Jawan Johnson, for you as flex plays. Get funky with the Sims. If you guys want to be able to mess with these throughout the day, run your own scenarios, change the inputs, you can sign up. We do have weekly passes, monthly passes. So if you just want to test drive it, you can do that for a low price. You can get 10% off any of those packages with promo code Pete. It is a lot of fun. You can see the product ownership in there as well on the projected lineup, so you can get a feel for how popular they're going to be in your various contests. And it also gets you access to the Run the Sims channel in the Discord, where we talk about the best leverage plays on the slate throughout the day leading up to the Showdown slates. So good luck to you all tonight, to you double Ds, to you couples, to you Noah Brown stands. Ship those GPPs.